today. It's Madden NFL Football. It's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Leading him out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Kaepernick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Kaepernick going to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete to Rager.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Mahomes now to throw.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. The numbers last week for Tunyon.
6 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
His throw incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Mahomes. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Kaepernick.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Stokes.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, you can just see this one coming, couldn't you? It's an obvious passing situation, 3rd and long. The defense is going to bring in 2 more defensive backs and say, you want to throw? Go ahead. We dare you. And there's just no one open anywhere as they come away with the interception.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jalen Phillips. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now here's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It got his man. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Defense.
What's up, man?
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Open net is Waddle, complete. That catch good for only a couple. Now Kaepernick. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Kaepernick now to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2nd down and 8. Throwing now is Kaepernick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good,
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A first down run here by Jones as he'll take it forward for a gain of about 4.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Kaepernick now on first down. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First foray into the red zone for Miami. 1st and 10 at the 19. To throw, Kaepernick. On the right side, open is Gesicki. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Here's Kaepernick to throw.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
This will be caught at about the 6.
7 yards, the pickup there.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. They'll set up a throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense, trotting back out. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series for those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Mahomes now on 1st down. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's Mahomes again.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And this is taken in at the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there just before halftime.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing now is Mahomes. Touchdown! It's complete.
Devontae Smith.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Tigers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 8.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. So the completion good for just 3. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now, Kaepernick again. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple. On second down, here's Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Being chased out left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line.
Kaepernick was looking to throw, but then it became decision time. And when he saw they had room to run, he made the right decision to pull it down there, and he winds up picking up the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Kaepernick. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Now Kaepernick. He finds his man. Complete. It's McLaughlin. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The drop to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Barkley, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Now Brian Flores going to leave the offense out there to go for 2. Kaepernick looking to throw for it. Throws right side. And he's got it.
So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
From the 29, Mahomes.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face a third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle to Smith. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
They didn't need much. They didn't get much. But what they did get was enough for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
Rager catches it left side.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw here.
They'll set up the screen for Nwangu.
He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Drops this off with Nwangu.
And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Butker's kick here is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got...
And a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it going the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes.
He'll get this to Nwangu.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes.
This ball complete to Rager.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one complete to Smith. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
On the draw, it's Nwangu.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out comes the Chicago defense getting ready for the next possession. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know guys on defense, they say the turnovers, and offensive guys call them turnovers. We call them takeaways. We go get them, and that's exactly what they've done in this game.
The former DB making sure you know their takeaways on the defense.
Takeaways, man.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Kaepernick. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now comes the Chicago defense getting ready for the next possession. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Steven Nelson.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisper.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Barkley, a first down and more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A first down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Dolphins are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I'd keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? 2 hands, and in this case, we just saw it with 1 hand. Almost reminds me of a great return of service guy in tennis. No matter how you whack it at him, it comes back at you. In this case.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chicago offense set to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for Chicago. Oh, good move. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. So the Dolphins now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. He's got McLaurin, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back to throw, Kaepernick. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Kaepernick. And incomplete on the deep ball. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Kaepernick to throw to Barkley on the check down. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. To throw is Kaepernick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more. And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers. I think what we saw in this one,
today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw